Actually hanging out in Deep Ellum, Dallas. I'm just like sweating balls over here. It is rough. What's up, everybody? This is another Unstoppable Sunday. Unstoppable Sundays are about two things. We ask ourselves, where am I and what do I do next? Super simple exercise that helps you live a much more proactive life. In case you haven't noticed, I usually do Unstoppable Sundays in San Francisco. However, even though there are bird scooters everywhere, there's hipster coffee shops, cool restaurants, not in San Francisco. I'm actually in Dallas, Texas. I'm going to be spending a month in Dallas, Texas. I'm here for family, for some really important stuff that's going on. Fortunately, I get 5 minutes, 10 minutes here and there, so I get to keep this Unstoppable Sunday thing going. And the whole point of today is to get proactive about our lives. That's why even though there's crazy stuff going on with family, I still take out these 30 minutes or an hour to put aside and ask myself two questions. Number one, where am I? And number two, what do I do next? So these two simple questions are designed to get you to be more proactive about your week and your life and your days here in Dallas. This is a little bit of a change in schedule for me. I'm on sabbatical. I took it because I needed to spend some more time with family. And the whole point of sabbaticals is that you get a lot of unstructured time and you kind of unwind and you just let loose. I don't quite have that luxury because there's a bunch of stuff that that's going on. Trending well, but going on. My sabbatical is about 2 months, 3 months or so. It's super easy to just like lose track of time and just let go, which is the case with life when you're not being proactive. When you're not purposeful about how you're spending your time, it's super easy to just lose track of time. So today, I wanted to talk to you about 3 things that I always do that helps me stay tethered to my goals and stay on track for my days. Number one, I have a daily ritual. The whole thing about a ritual is that instead of just waking up, checking my email, and kind of hitting the ground and running, I make sure that I have 3 things that I do every morning. I meditate, I pray, I get dressed and showered. These 3 things make sure that before I check email, before I get on someone else's agenda, I do the things that are important to me. So having a morning ritual before you jump into email and before you check your phone, super important. Number 2, for all the meetings that I hold, I try to make them either 25 minutes or 50 minutes. Most people do 30-minute meetings and 1-hour meetings. I try to do 25 minutes and 50 minutes, so that way for the smaller meetings, I have 5 minutes before my next meeting. And for the longer meetings, I have 10 minutes before my next meeting. And it allows me to make sure that I get organized, I kind of write down my notes and my action items, and I make sure that I'm being proactive about my meetings, instead of just going from meeting to meeting to meeting. And the third thing I do is I schedule in me time. So I want you to picture this for a second. You've got a normal week going on, right? And it's a packed day and an emergency comes up. What happens? If an emergency comes up, you get on your calendar, you let a few people know like, hey, I have an emergency come up, can't make it to this meeting, and all of a sudden waves part and you don't have to do those meetings anymore. Well, here's the little trick. You don't have to do every single meeting anyway. It doesn't have to be an emergency that comes up. So one of the tricks that I do is I go in on a Sunday and block out times for myself. I do 50-minute blocks throughout the week, throughout the day, and it's just TK meeting TK. No meetings, it's just with me, it's just for me to catch up, take a breath, and that actually makes a huge impact in my ability to stay on top of things. So that's what Unstoppable Sunday is all about, getting proactive about your life so you're not just going from meeting to meeting, reacting from day to day, and then you're kind of wondering, what happened? Where did all the time go? If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, hit the like button below. You can subscribe to us also. I do this every Sunday where I post tips about how you can get more proactive about your life. Every Unstoppable Sunday. And if you're really, really interested in getting a more proactive way of living life, then go and click on the link below. We have a 2-week email course that teaches you how to set up a system that helps you become unstoppable, that teaches you how to get proactive about your life. I'm TK, you're watching Unstoppable, and remember, everyone needs a strategy for their life, but yours needs to be unstoppable. I'll see you next Sunday.